Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making a fruit tier list for what I think the current fruits are. Like the actual, like, power of the fruits. I have them in order of when they came out, so we have the basic fruits to start off with, then we got Bomb and Goro, um, then we got Sushi, then we got Sushi and, sorry, then we got Miro in Valentine's, then we got Goro. Right, so that's all the fruits currently in the game, right? So we're going to go through them. This is for both PvE and PvE. I'm going to specify why I put them in what category, obviously. Starting off, D. There's no other way of saying it. Honestly, I don't know what you boys expected. It's Suke. It's the joke of all fruits. While I would love to make an extra tier and put God tier and just have soup there, we'll see. We might change the list off. Next we have Barrier, which it isn't the best for PvP. So, if we were just going by its PvP level, I would probably say D. Same level as Suke, but obviously better. But since dungeons have come out, and Barrier's really good at blocking the ults used by the bosses, every 5 waves, like Pika is the most annoying thing to ever come across. Barrier is actually not that bad. Honestly, I would say Barrier is about there. Like, Barrier is C level. Maybe even like low B. High C, low B is what I would put it at. Because of the soul factor of dungeons. Like, it makes farming dungeons so much more easier. If you don't have to worry about the bosses, it becomes like a breeze, Like, God, get 2 Goros in there as well. You can just fly through the waves. It's nice. Next up, first Logia, we got Mira. Mira's PvP ability has definitely gone up, especially with the added points. The amount of burn damage you can do per tick on just fireflies alone. Ungodly strong, so the spamming potential of this fruit has gone crazy high to the point where why for you? Why have you given us so many points to play with? Everyone has 1k plus HP and does so much damage. It's great in my opinion. PvP is a little down bad at the moment though. So yeah, PvE wise, it's a good fruit. You can farm Seabees with it. You can farm any normal boss. Flame Pillar's pretty good. Honestly, Mira's doing pretty good this update, I would say. I'd probably say low 8, high 80, mid 80, mid 80. It's not the best fruit I've seen, but it's definitely a good fruit. Hiei, like any fruit that can walk on water in my eyes, is going to be a good fruit. So it's immediately going to be an at least A, because for the soul factor of Seabees farming, because that takes 10 years, right? Seabees are so annoying to farm that it takes so long. But yeah, so probably, based on the fact that it doesn't do a lot of damage, but you can farm effectively with it by just using like a weapon. And as well, its combos haven't really changed since update 2, and it didn't really get hit with a buff or a nerf. Like, it's still good. Like, I thought it was good in update 2. It wasn't the best by any means. It would probably, in update 2, it was probably about B. Low, medium B. I would say now it's like, it's lower than Mira. It's definitely lower than Mira. But I don't think it's B tier. Actually, they're annoying to fight. Yeah, high B. High B, low A is where I would put here. Because it is kind of down bad. I'm immediately just going to put that there for the soul factor of it's the best fruit to farm Seabees, enemies, marines, any boss you want. Anything you want, this fruit will carry you through it. PvP wise, its abilities are now entirely blockable. But thanks to all the points you get, Magma Eruption has the range of like a basketball field. I don't know. Can't think of a word, but its range is actually insane. Like, actually insane. So it really catches a lot of people off guard, including me. Like, when I was fighting it, I was blocking both Magu Hand and Magu Fist almost all the time. But the Magu Eruption kept catching me out because it was kind of insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But Pika immediately is also going in that S tier, slightly above Magu, slightly above. I've heard mixed opinions about Pika right now. But just based off fighting them, if you are a skilled Pika user, you are ungodly strong in Arena. Thanks to Light Lunge now being on well, the same cooldown as it's been since update 2, update 1, any update. And now that it block breaks no matter how you're looking at it, so it's a definite damage. And the fact you can combo into it with Collier still and do all these other things that just it really shouldn't be able to do when you think about it. It's just free damage. Like, you can hit Light Lunge into Pika Kick and they can't get up in that time. You can Light Lunge, Collier, M1, and it's just crazy. Like, yes, a lot of things were nerfed. Pika's Light Ray was nerfed, but that was about the only thing. And it still does 13 to 14 a tick. Like, I think the cap's 15 now, but it's like, it's crazy how strong it still is. Like, the fruit in itself wasn't hit too hard by, like, nerfs. Like, Magu lost its block breaker on Magu Hound, which is terrible. Because that really knocks it down. Like, if Magu still had its block breaker and also had all of, like, everything it has now, it would definitely be easy the best fruit in the game. But I think Pika takes it. I'm not gonna lie. Well, for right now, with these fruits on the list. Moving on to Bomb. Bomb's kind of cracked. I'm not gonna lie. Bomb in PvP is pretty bad. But Bomb in dungeons, I've seen some like crazy videos where people can get easily 25 soloing with Bomb. So I don't know. I'm gonna put it below Barrier. But ultimately, I think that's a good place for it. Like, it's definitely still strong. It wasn't too strong in Update 2. All of its abilities are kind of bad, but it's definitely doing okay for right now. It's not the best, but yeah. Okay, moving on. We have our second update 1 fruit, Goro. Goro was the only other legendary ever added to the game since base. Everything else has been either a Parameteor or a Zoan, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, as for Goro right now, it's not great. It's not great. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of B. I kind of feel like it's below Hiei, because at least Hiei can walk on water, right? So Seabee's farming is practically easy because you can just walk on water. You can use all your abilities. You've got that super low cooldown like attack that just shoots off a little ice thing. You've got Ice Pheasant. You've got Ice Age. You know, you've got all that for farming purposes. Goro's still good for farming, but it does make it harder when you don't have a mobility move, meaning you're going to have to go back to an island to farm a sea beast. So it kind of adds extra time when Magu or Hiei can just go boom, 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 boom. Mira can fly and just shoot fireflies, Enka, you know, even Flame Pillar, I'm pretty sure. Pika's ult carries. Like, honestly, Goro is not looking too good, if I'm being honest. And the fact that it only hits 3 times compared to Mira's ult. So Goro's ult, if you didn't know, Riaigo, only hits 3 times. But Mira's hits consistently while you're in there. It does less damage, but still, it doesn't even matter. I feel like the current probably worst legendary in the game is up next. Sushi. Sushi can farm, but it's not as good. Like, you can fly with it, and it definitely helps you out. And you can use meteors to rain down, so it's definitely helping you in the farming aspect. But in PvP, it's kind of gone quite bad. Like, you can no longer infinite combos, so that means no more. Sushi's PvP just went down the drain. Not only that, the pull range got lowered. The gravity frenzy ability got lowered. Like, I haven't been hit by I think I've only been hit by like 2 pulls and 0 gravity frenzies since like going into arena. It's kind of crazy. Like, actually is kind of crazy how bad Sushi feels right now. Like, I don't have Sushi. I got rid of it before update 3 even dropped. I had Magu, and it definitely helped me get a lot of drops. Like, I've got most of the drops. I'm only missing like I think I'm only missing 3 armors, 1 mask, Bacento, and like 2 more mini bunnies, and I'll have every drop in update 3. But yeah. I'm gonna do Miro first. Okay, Miro first, the last rare, arguably the best rare. I haven't seen it too much in PvP wise, but I do know it got a buff to the damage, but I don't think it's as useful as like Barrier for dungeons. So like PvE wise, it's not too good. I want to put it here in between Bomb and Barrier, because I feel like it's a good fruit. Like, you're not gonna get it and be disappointed. It's going to help you, but it's not gonna help others. Help you a lot in PvE wise. Like Barrier, you're not getting MVP, but you can definitely help people get to a high round with it. I don't think it's better than Sushi though. I don't think it comes close, because I feel like there should be an entirely like new thing in between here, new rank, just to like specify that they are not there. Oh, I just flipped them. There we go. But yeah, I definitely feel like Barrier, Miro, Bomb, you know, is definitely what's carrying. Next we have Tori. Tori is the only mythical in the game. If you did not know, Quake is a legendary, so it's definitely not the best in terms of not the best as in not the hardest fruit to get. Tori still is at like a 0.5 on just normal days. On weekends it comes to 1%. Wow, such a big difference. But yeah, as for Tori, it's definitely still good. Like, the healing is practically the same unless you were spamming healing in update like 3 and you were only healing like once or twice a match. It's going to be practically the same thing. The damage was nerfed in update 3. No, actually, I think the damage was nerfed because I don't think the damage was nerfed, but I think because it couldn't combo anymore, because everyone could block all its attacks, it did nothing. I think the damage was nerfed a little, but the damage got buffed, and it definitely does work. Like, it's definitely still good, I feel like. As for farming wise, it's Tori. It can fly. It has a blast attack, so I'm gonna put it there. I don't think it's as on the same level as like Magu or Pika. Like, if this was pure PvP, Magu would probably be down in B tier, if we're being honest. But because of its like amazing just abilities, it's just so good. Finally, we have Quake. You'll hear a lot of people say Quake's bad for farming. I don't believe that for a second. Quake is not bad for farming. The only thing it's bad at farming is Seabee. Seabee, if we're talking about Seabee, you're better off using a gun than Quake. Quake is actually terrible for farming Seabee. But if we're talking about PvP, it's S tier. I have found so many one-shot combos with Quake, it's kind of ridiculous. For instance, did you know if you use Gravity Cane with Quake and you M1 4 times, take them into the air, on that last attack you switch to Quake and use your E, that's Shock Punch if you did not know, you'll knock them down to the ground, and if they go to block you, you get a free Gravity Frenzy off. Or, did you know, if you grab them, same moveset, like you M1 4 times and then grip instead of Shock Punch, you don't take them into the air this time. They'll be in Ragdoll for the entire time falling back down, and you can get a free Gravity Frenzy off there as well. There are so many like moves that can combo into each other that it honestly feels the exact same. You're probably not going to hit anyone with a charged up Blast Clutcher, which is the big like X move, if you did not know. But if you M1 5 times, they'll get knocked back, and your X Blast Clutcher will still hit them even if you don't charge it. It does so much damage for free that it's done. Like, it's so good. And it is still good for farming. Like, farming just normal enemies. Blast Clutcher one-shots literally everything in the game. Farming bosses, it's good. Farming Marines, why are you farming Marines? It's update 3, let's be honest. But yeah, farming Seabee, I probably wouldn't say S tier, but it is definitely like high A. Like high A. If we're talking PvP and PvE, it's brought down. I think Magu might also be brought down, to be fair. Like, okay, so what I'm rating this is, Pika's the best, right? Without a doubt. Magu's probably second or third. Quake and Magma are about on the same level, if we're being honest. Like, I could change these around and feel like no differently. Tori is A, for obvious reasons. It does higher damage now, and you can heal, even if that heal is based off your stamina regen. And if it's based off your stamina regen, you can actually have lower stamina and put more points into HP. So it will drain the same amount of stamina to heal. It'll drain less stamina to heal you the same amount. It's kind of crazy when you think about it that way. So you can have more points in damage or HP. I assume that's how it works. You know, I don't have Dory myself. Mirror, it's good for PvE and PvP. It's a little meh right now. Like, you can block most of its moves. It's just Flame Pillar that does so much and carries the fruit so hard. Quake's ult is absolutely busted, by the way. I don't think you know that. Hiei is okay. Goro, Sushi's down bad. Barrier's doing really well for dungeons, so it gets a C. Miro, okay. Bomb, okay. And Suke and D. Okay, that's about it.